Good morning to all of you. In last lectures, we have discussed regarding the what is pilot plant scale-up techniques. So, what is pilot plant scale-up techniques is that we are finding out the mistakes in a small scales and we are getting the profit on a large scales. We have discussed different points regarding how it is conducted, why it is necessary. In today's lectures, we'll discuss about the pilot plant scale-up techniques for some formulations. But before that, what exactly includes under the pilot plants? So, pilot plants that contains under the pilot plant operation, that is the important thing, that is the validations. So, validations in details will covered in the next lectures. You have the separate validation topics which includes the various types of validations, why validation is required and how validation is carried out. Validation, that means we have validated the process, we have validated the equipments that they are running through the equivalent process or they are running with the equal process. That means whatever the product they have formulated in this initial stage, that they have that they have the same output after the specific type, that is called the validations. We have validate the process or validate that particular total equipments, that equipments is running in a full throttle. Then we have to provide the training, because without training we cannot proceed for the work. That means suppose you have the knowledge, you are now studying in a final year, but you don't have a proper training to handle that equipment, so you cannot work on that particular equipment. So training is also very important. So pilot plant is not like just you are going through one stage to the another stage. There are various steps that are included, and depending upon that we are going to follow those steps to get the large scale manufacturing output. So that's the second thing, training. Obviously the engineering support, that is the important thing. In a validations there are different things are there: design qualifications, operational qualifications, performance qualifications, or installation qualifications, where we require some engineering skill. So in that particular process, whenever we are applying or whenever we are installing one instrument, whether any problems will occurs or whether any problems will occurs in their performance, we have to means we need to contact with some engineering person. So that's why in a pilot plant scale up techniques, when we are increasing this or whenever we are scale up our procedures, so obviously all the equipments that we have included, that will be the change, and that's why we require the engineering supports to scale up our instruments, to scale up our batch size. So that's why engineering support is very much important. Then maintenance is also important to maintain all those conditions, not only the maintenance of our equipments, but all those things that will helpful for the proper productions or by following the GMP. So maintenance of record, maintenance of all those processes that we have validated, maintenance of all those master formulas that we have upgraded. So all those maintenance are very much important. The calibration, that is also very much important. The calibration, that means we have before proceedings for any processes, we are performing the calibration. Simple thing, we have calibrated the weighing balance. We are making them 0, so we can get the accurate weight. So that's why the calibration of each and every instrument is necessary before going for the large scale manufacturing, because based on your weight, based on your calculations, the effect that will be alternatively on your batch size or whatever the outcome will get. That's why the calibrations of each and every equipment is very important. Then material control, that is the inventory control, output input control, there has to be maintained, so that we can use whatever the material that we have in our hands, so utilizing that materials in a proper way to get the proper output. So likewise in small scales we require a small amount of materials, but as compared to the large scale manufacturing, it will takes or it will require the large amount of material. So the material control must be there, the inventory control must be there. whatever the raw material that we are using, whether it is a packaging, whether it is a filling machinery, or whether it is a processing materials are there. So, that has to be in a controlled way. We have to monitor that materials that we are using for our formulation purpose. That is, just now I have explained the inventory. That inventory plays very important role. तुमच्याकडे किती मटेरियल अवेलेबल्स आहे, तुमच्या बॅच साईजसाठी किती मटेरियल तुम्हाला लागणार आहे आणि ते बॅच साईज संपल्यावर तुमच्याकडे किती मटेरियल बॅलन्स राहणार आहे, की जेणेकरून नेक्स्ट बॅचसाठी तुमच्याकडे किती मटेरियल अवेलेबल असेल. सो याचं प्रॉपर मॅनेजमेंट असलं पाहिजे. कारण ज्यावेळी आपण लार्ज स्केल किंवा कमर्शियल बॅचेस ज्यावेळी आपण कॅरीड आउट करतो त्यावेळी आपण असं सांगू शकत नाही की आपल्याकडे मटेरियल कमी आहे. सो प्रॉपर इन्व्हेंटरी मस्ट बी देअर. Suppose you have the material for the manufacturing purpose, you are preparing the tablet, but you don't have the material for the packaging purpose, then there is no use of that particular tablet productions. You have to pack them within a 2 or 3 days. So, you require to maintain that inventory. So, that inventory control is also important. The orders, economical EOQ is there, or maximum level orders are there. So, different orders that also be maintained. And importantly, the labeling. Labeling is just not like we are labeled for any product. Labeling, that means what procedures is carried out or what is going on at that conditions has to be labeled on a board. त्या वेळेला कोणती प्रोसिजर तुम्ही कॅरीड आउट करता. सिंपल थिंग, इफ यू आर परफॉर्मिंग द टॅबलेट्स, यू हॅव टू मेन्शन द procedures that we are using, like you are producing for the granulation purpose, whether you are producing for the compression purpose. So, labeling is very much important. Along with that, if you are using the raw materials, so you have to properly label them like rejected or approved raw material, so that raw materials can be used for your formulation purpose. So, that is why the labeling is very much important. The files that we are using, that has to be labeled properly, master formula file or equipment files, whatever the records are there. So, all those records has to be labeled properly. Then all the processes and manufacturing activities. So, all those comes under the pilot plant operations, and ultimately the final thing that we have to carry out, that is the quality control, the quality assurance. Because whatever the process that we have followed for the manufacturing of any formulations, obviously it will end at your quality control. You have to carry out all those quality control tests, or you have to check all those quality control parameters to say that whatever the product that we have formulated, which is having the proper or which having the which complies with the standards, and how we can assure them. So, with the help of the quality control test, various types of quality control tests are there that has to be carried out. In process quality control tests are there. During processes, that we have to check whether your process is following in a proper ways or not, whether it is in a standard way or not, that has to be carried out. And at the end, after you are maintaining the quality control, obviously you will assure the quality of your product, that your product which will pass with all those standards which required or which is set by the regulatory authorities. So, that is why all those things, pilot plant operations means these all the operations that involves in a pilot plant scale up technique. It's not like just we are scale up or scaling up the batches only from the small scale to the large scale to the commercial scale. So, in that, through this we can come to know that this particular pilot plant scale up techniques that involves all those things that we are performed for a single batches. We are performing the validations, we are performing the calibrations, we are providing the training, we required engineering support, we required material control. So, all those things that comes under the pilot plant scale up. कारण ज्या स्मॉल स्केलमध्ये आपण या सगळ्या गोष्टी कॅरीड आउट करतो त्याच आपण लार्ज स्केलमध्ये स्केल अप करतो. सो दॅट्स वाय these all the operations that belongs to the pilot plant scale up techniques. Now, the next points, that is general considerations. Now, Just now we have discussed what are the different uh, different operations that we have carried out under the pilot plant scale-up techniques. Now, the responsibilities, general responsibilities are there, or there are some considerations that has to be considered while developing the pilot plant. So what they are? There are various general considerations are there. First thing, that is the reporting responsibility. So the question is, who should be responsible for the pilot plant studies? So there is a no clear resolutions. So as can be seen from the various reporting relationship in use within the major pharmaceutical companies. So as we know, the pilot plant scale up techniques or the pilot plant functions, it is a part of the research and development group with a different separate staffing. So so this arrangement is designed to provide a higher share of responsibility to the scale up formulations, so that have been developed by other formulators within the research and development. So thereby, who is responsible for the reporting purpose? So basically, so whatever the arrangement has to be made for the reporting purpose. So the goal of the pilot plant is to facilitate the transfer of product from the laboratory to the productions. So the effectiveness of the pilot plant, which is determined by the ease with each new products or process that is brought into the routine production. So basically, reporting responsibilities, as I already discussed, the pilot plant scale up technique, which is started from the R&D department and it will goes for the large scale commercial. So they have the separate staffing purpose. So every department has their own reporting responsibility. So some companies that prefer the pilot plant and the technical service groups, which are separate from research and development team. So here the advantage is that particular groups that could be a more operative or the operation oriented and more programmatic. So that's why this reporting responsibilities has to be considered. Second one, that is the personal requirements. So under that, the qualifications requirement for the positions in each and every department, starting from means at any stage we require a qualified person. As I have said that you have the uh, full knowledge about that particular process, but you don't have the training. You have the knowledge, you have the training, but you don't have the experience. So the personal requirement is very much important. So basically, whenever you are working in a pharmaceutical industry, so you require the blend of good theoretical knowledge as well as some practical experience in pharmaceutical industry. Then we can survive, because when you have studied in theory only, but these all those things, what is pilot plant, that we have studied in theory, but when you are going to apply it in regular working days, so it will be so far, because you have to take the decisions at the proper times, what you have to take or what you have to carried out at that stage. So that's why you must know, means you must have the knowledge as well as you have the practical knowledge basically. So what will happen means, if suppose if I have done this thing, or if this equipment will stop working, so what should I do? So that all the requirement means all the knowledge you must have. Along with that, the person that is required for each and every department, means suppose if you have to work, if two persons can work in specific areas, and if you are allotted there are 5 persons, so there is no use of that remaining 3 persons. You have to manage the persons, you have to manage the manpower properly. So that why the personal requirement has to be considered, means for any uh, uh, you can say for certain works, if you require the proper persons, so you have to maintain the number of persons that is required for that particular work. So the manpower handling, that is another one important considerations has to be carried out for the pilot plant, and the type and level of educations which is required. Means for the workers or the sweeper, you don't require the B Farm or the M Farm student, but at the same time for the R&D department you must require some B Farm or M Farm students. So the depending upon that you have to select the proper persons are there. Then as I have said, the number of peoples in the pilot plant groups, which is depends upon the number of products being supported and the level of support required. So that has to be carried out. Then training has to be provided for each and every persons, means for the new employees, those employees who are assigned a new job, or those employees whose performance which is falls below the required standards. So the training sessions has to be provided for those particular persons. Then space requirement. Basically, this is the important thing that we have to consider. Space for each and every we can say uh, space for each and every functions, means like uh, so consider you have to develop one uh, tablet manufacturing unit. So there are various operations that are carried out, means starting from the weighing, you are going for the granulation purpose. In a granulations you require the mixing, you require granulating some granulators you require. If you are following the dry granulation or the wet granulation process, again depending upon that the equipment will be the various. So after granulations you will go for the compressions, then packaging, then labeling, and then dispatch. So these are the specific areas, the space required for that particular work. So under the regulations they have specified the minimum requirement for the each and every operation, so that the manpower that is working in that particular regions that can handle or that can move within that regions with a proper care. So that the space requirement that has to be carried out. There is a separate space for your quarantine purpose, like for raw material quarantine, the finished product quarantine purpose, where you have to maintain the proper temperatures, humidity, and all those things. Apart from that, in a uh, storage area where you have to separate two sections for your approved product and rejected product. So the space requirement, that is very much important. You have to review the formula, whatever the means a thorough review of each aspect of the formulation is important, and it should be carried out during the early stage of our scale up process, because the purpose of each ingredients and its contributions to the final product that we are carried out on small scale, that should be properly understood, and depending upon that we can scaling up the our large scale manufacturing, because whatever the equipments that we are using for the small scale, that will not remain the same at our large scale. So we have to understand role of each and every ingredient properly. So that's why we have to review the formula properly. A thorough review of each aspects of the formulation is very much important. Sometimes we need to modify the formulations during the scale up because of some problems will occur. So this should be done as soon as possible, or as early as possible in the phase 3 trials, to 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 allow sufficient time for generating the meaningful long term stability data for NDA, for the new drug applications purpose. So that's why the review of formula till the final formulation, master formula getting ready, that has to be carried out. Then raw materials, one responsibility of the pilot plant function is the approval of and validation of the active and the excipients raw materials which is used for the pharmaceutical product. मग असे म्हटलं की स्पेस रिक्वायरमेंटमध्ये अप्रूव्ड आणि रिजेक्टेड प्रोडक्टसाठी तुम्हाला एक स्पेसिफाईड स्पेस अलॉटेड करावे लागते. सो approval and validation is very important, or it is very necessary, because the raw material that is used during the small scale formulations trials, that may not be representative of the large scale manufacture, the large volume shipment of the materials. So sampling has to be carried out. So you have to take the samples from whatever the batches are there, and you have to report them, so that we can correlate the what is the outcome we can getting. So the purity is there, or what are the other the content assay in that particular raw material that we can carry it out. So there are some analytical specifications. So even though these analytical specifications are met, these larger lots of active ingredients may change in the particle size, shapes, or the morphology. So that will resulting in handling of the difference in bulk, the handling properties, or differences in bulk densities. So that will ultimately affect on our solubility and all those factors. That's why raw materials that has to be properly approved and validated before going for the commercial formulations. Then the equipments, relevant processing equipments are there. So as I have discussed, in the tablet formulation, there are various steps are there, and depending upon the various steps, obviously we require the various equipments at each and every steps. So suppose one equipments will be there, so you have to perform all the validations of that equipments, whether that instrument or whether that equipment is properly working or not, just starting from your installing them. So IQ, DQ, OQ and PQ, that means installation qualification, design qualifications, operational qualifications and performance qualifications of that equipment has to be carried out. If the pilot plant equipment is too small, obviously the process developed will not scale up well. So if the equipment is too large, there will be the excessive cost will be there. So that's why whatever the equipments that we have used, so that has to be properly validated, and uh, and you have to check all the necessary requirements, that is for the equipment in the production rates. So the immediate and the future market requirement must be considered when determining the production rates and the type and size of the production equipment needed. So the size of the equipment, it should be such that it is properly utilized. The equipment and the process should be chosen so as to produce batch at the frequency that take considerations into the product loss in the equipment during the manufacturing. Basically, suppose you have some orders, so you have to maintain the production rates. की suppose एक तुम्ही order घेतले, त्या order मध्ये within that time that has to be deliver those order. So production rate is very much important here. Production rate means ती बॅच बनवायला तुम्हाला किती वेळ लागतो, फायनल बॅच बनवण्यासाठी तुम्हाला किती वेळ लागतो, मीन्स स्टील द फायनल डिस्पॅच पर्पज, नॉट ओनली द प्रोडक्शन पर्पज. प्रोडक्शन झाल्यावर पॅकिंग करून तुमच्या क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स टेस्ट कॅरीड आउट करून, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल टेस्ट कॅरीड आउट करून किती प्रोडक्शन्स रेट, किती तुम्हाला टाईम, दॅट हॅज टू बी considered, means starting from the collecting the raw material till the dispatch of your final product. Then the process evaluations are there. Process evaluations, that means suppose there are various parameters are there. One thing you have to carry out the mixing purpose. So in that purpose you have to require the mixing speed, mixing time, RPM you have to maintain, rotations per minutes. Then addition of the components. Likewise you have to evaluate each and every process. कारण काय काय वेळा simple thing, if you are not evaluate the process properly, if you are stirring in continuous ways, there will be causes of the frothing. There will be causes of air entrapment. If you are providing the less stirring, it will not properly mix. So that is one example that I have given. So for each and every process, for the kneading purpose, means whenever you are formulating the tablet manufacturing, whenever you are performing the granulations, if you are not providing the proper heat or proper temperature, if you are not provide, there will not be drying will be carried out there. So the process evaluations for each and every processes that has to be considered. Master manufacturing procedures, at the end of all those things you have to prepare one master formula where you have to include all those necessary informations. So, in which starting from the master formula you have to mention at the end stage कोणत्या स्टेजला कोणती प्रोसिजर कॅरीड आउट करायला पाहिजे मास्टर मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसिजर्स. सो तो एखादा टॅबलेट प्रोसिजर प्रोड्यूस करण्यासाठी किंवा एखादं सोल्युशन प्रिपेअर करण्यासाठी कोणत्या स्टेप्सने फॉलो कराव्या लागतात, विच स्टेप्स हॅज टू बी कॅरीड आउट, विच इन्ग्रेडियंट इज ॲडेड आफ्टर वॉट, at what time you have to provide the stirring, or if you have to provide the cooling, how much temperature that you have to maintain. So, that all those things that you have to consider in a master manufacturing procedures. At the end, the product stability and the uniformity, that is the important thing. Product stability, which is very much important, the product must be stable at the room temperature till their shelf life. So, that stability has to be maintained here, and the uniformity. Uniformity, that means whatever the product that we are formulating or whatever the product that is formulated with the same process, that have the uniform output. It should have the uniform size, it should have the uniform weight or whatever the content in there. So, the uniformity and the product stability has to be maintained, and ultimately how it will achieve, by following the GMP. So, the GMP consideration is very much important, good manufacturing practices. So, after achieving this GMP, you will get all those can say after following the GMP, we'll get the quality products. So, that already we have discussed under the GMP topic, so I will not go in detail about the GMP, but there is some checklist of GMP item that should be a part of the scale up of new products or process, like equipment qualifications, process validations, the use of component technical qualified persons. So, that 5 aim that we have discussed under the GMP: manpower, machine, money, then material and maintenance record. So, that all comes under the pilot plant scale up technique. So, that is the GMP consideration. So, these are the different general considerations has to be carried out for the our that has to be carried out for pilot plant scale up techniques. Now, so for theory they have given we have to study the pilot plant scale up for tablet, semi-solid and liquid. So, I will just discuss about the pilot plant scale up techniques for liquid formulations. So, the remaining two, that is tablets and semi-solid, that you have to carry it out as your own, because basically till now we come to know the basic idea about the pilot plant scale up technique. त्या pilot plant मध्ये काय काय येतं हे आपल्याला कळलेलं आहे. So, what exactly, if you know the dosage form, if you know the steps that are involved in that dosage form, if you know the instrument or the equipment that is used for the scale up for the manufacturing of each and every steps, so you can easily develop the pilot plant for your formulation. So, I will discuss about the liquid dosage form. So, you have to go through remaining two dosage form like tablet and your semi-solid dosage form. So, the pilot plant scale up for the liquid dosage form. So, the physical form of the drug product, that is pourable, displays Newtonian or the pseudoplastic flows behavior and conforms to its container at the room temperature. So, liquid dosage forms, it may be dispersed system or a solution system. As we know, it should be biphasic or monophasic liquid dosage form. Biphasic, like our emulsions and suspensions. Monophasic, that is our solutions, all the sterile formulations are there, linctors are there, elixirs are there. So, they are called as a monophasic liquid dosage form, that we have already discussed in second year or the first year. So, in a dispersed system there are two or more phases, where one phase is distributed in another phase, that is the biphasic liquid dosage form. So, as I have said, if you know the steps that are involving in any manufacturing processes, जर तुम्हाला स्टेप माहिती असतील तर त्या स्टेप प्रमाणे तुम्हाला इक्विपमेंट कोणती लागणार आहे ते माहिती असणार आहेत. इक्विपमेंट्स प्रमाणे त्याच्यात कोणते प्रोसेस व्हेरिएबल्स आहेत ते कन्सिडर करावे लागतात हे तुम्हाला माहिती असणार आहे. सो ऑब्वियसली यू कॅन डेव्हलप युअर own pilot plant. So here these are different steps that are included in liquid manufacturing processes. First is planning for material requirements, liquid preparations. After liquid preparations, so obviously liquid which is prepared with the help of directly mixing purpose, mixing only. Two or more formulations or two one is solute and one is solvent. Solvent मध्ये solute mix करून तुमचं solution form केलं जातं. If it is biphasic, one phase is dispersed in another phase. So likewise, uh, you know the process that is involved. आता emulsification, emulsion various processes, suspension various processes. All those monophasic liquid doses form that are directly dissolved in a solvent, but in a suspension and emulsions, we have to disperse them with the help of the third agents like emulsifying agents or like a suspending agent that we are using for the manufacturing process. But during that processes, you have to follow the different process variables also. Then at the end of the at the end of the preparations, the next step, that is the filling or the packaging, and ultimately the quality assurance, because before the quality assurance we cannot dispatch our product. So all those things that has to be uh, considered. So with the simple solutions, means like we can call it the monophasic liquid dosage form. These are the most straightforward to scale up, but then required tanks for adequate size and suitable mixing capabilities. So sometimes that particular process required the heating, sometimes they required the cooling as well. So that all the steps that has to be carried out. So all the what we call the equipment that we are using or transfer systems, means from one area to the another areas. If you are considering the sterile formulations, so you, as we have studied under the ophthalmic formulations, parenteral formulations, where all those manufacturing that is carried out in a class B areas, but the filling which is carried out under the class A areas. So also the facilities that are required for the filling purpose or for the packaging purpose, that has to be considered. So the facilities, so in locations where the oral or the external or the cosmetic preparations are made, which is having the separate facilities for the each groups. There are specific good manufacturing practices that is required. Means for suspensions, we required more attention during the scale up than simple solutions, because additional process is needed in suspension and emulsions, because third agents we have added in that particular process. Means active ingredients in suspensions that must be uniformly dispersed throughout the batches. So all those things that has to be considered. So for each and every step we required specific equipments, and at each and every steps we have to control some process variables also. So the under the facilities, whatever the water materials, whatever the raw material that we required. Second thing, the water, which is most commonly used solvent for our formulations. The electricity facilities, ventilation, proper ventilation must be there. That has to be carried out. So for the suspension purpose, we are using the wetting agents for facilitating the connections between the API and vehicles. Some buffering agents that we have added for the protecting the APIs. Some polymers are there, some antioxidants we are using. We have added some coloring agents, some suspending agents, some flocculating agents to maintain the suspension's appearance. Some sweeteners that we have added, so for masking the unpleasant taste and smells. Emulsions also there. There are some droplet particles which is used for maintaining the particle size. Buffering agents, some antioxidants to protect the API from the various conditions. Same coloring agents maintaining the appearance, sweeteners for testing and masking purpose. In solutions, here some buffer and antioxidant and preservative that plays very important role for the protecting the APIs, and remaining are same coloring agents, stabilizers, co-solvents, antimicrobial preservative that is used for the maintaining the appearance, and sweeteners are there. Now the equipments for each and every stage are there. Mixers for the mixing purpose, homogeneous for the proper mixing purpose that we are using. Filtration assembly, for the filtration purpose various types of filters are there. Most commonly used filter which is having the particle size or the pore size of minimum 0.2 micron, because the size of microorganisms which is more than 0.3 micron. So, they can entrap before going for the uh, filling purpose. So, the filtration will be carried out and we will get the microorganism free product. So, that is why purpose filtration assemblies are there, and bottling assembly for the filling purpose. So, that has to be maintained. Now, for here each and every stage you have to maintain a different process variables. For the mixing purpose you require the mixing time, mixing rate, mixing rate of RPM that has to be set for your mixing, or the volume, how much amount of volume that you can mix at a specific time, that has to be maintained, and the time for mixing, that is very much important. So, all those process variables are there. So, you come to know that what are the different stages are there, what are the different equipment that are required for each and every stage, and what are the process variables that are required to control all those things, so we can achieve the proper quality product. So, that is why whenever the pilot plant scale up will be carried out, all those things that we have to consider, means starting from the manufacturing till the dispatch of our product, we have to carried out all the process in a proper way. So, this is all regarding the pilot plant scale up techniques. So, go through the Lieberman Lachman books, the theory of industrial pharmacy, where you will get the details about all the pilot plant scale up techniques for tablets as well as for the semi solid dosage form. Okay, so we will stop here. In next lectures we will discuss about new point, that is the validations. Okay, thank you.